Please welcome Nathan Canander.
Hello, thank you so much, Trang. Very happy to be here. And thank you very much, YMCA, for actually believing in youth and taking an action for it. A lot of people, a lot of organizations, politicians, business leaders, they all talk about youth, young people, our children, but they don't do anything when it comes to actually taking action. And as everyone can relate, talk is cheap, but action speaks louder for itself. And YMCA here, all across the globe, is committing into actually empowering the youths and making this lovely event come together. So I'm very, very humbled and appreciative, and as I said, humbled to be part of this conversation. So what I really want to talk about today is actually share you my story in a very, very compact way, in its compact version possible. And that's the only story that I can share, my story. I can't tell anyone else's story, and I should not be telling you how your story should be like. I can share my story, and I can give you a few takeaways from my story that can be applicable to yours. So what happened to me is I have a Turkish background. I grew up in Turkey. My parents are very diverse themselves as well. And I came here to United States. I'm currently in California, a very cloudy California day. I came here to study in college at University of Southern California. Now the problem is, during the college, I had to apply for internships. I had to apply for jobs. And as a 19-year-old, your medium of how you apply to jobs is very limited. You don't have a resume because resume by its essence is about your past. And if you're a 19-year-old, if you're a 20-year-old, if you're in your early 20s, you're not going to get a job for your past. You're going to get a job for your present and your potential. And in resumes, you can't really display any of that. So the entire job finding process was really, really alienating for the younger job seekers. That was the problem that I experienced myself and all my friends as well. In fact, the story goes, we were all sitting around a table applying to jobs, and it was a horrendous process. And one of my friends asked the other friend, "What fonts are you using in your resume?" And I said, well, the fact that you're using Calibri over Times New Roman, if that lands you your next job, the entire process is broken. I was really, really frustrated and anxiety driven. And I didn't know what to do. And I felt like that was my problem. That was my fault. And all of us felt that way. But it really isn't. So out of that conversation, we asked ourselves, well, if we were to do such a process, how can we do it? Well, the solution that worked for us was video resumes. The solution was video. And also video job ads, video to get to learn about the company. Now, this seems very obvious, extremely obvious, but that wasn't the case when we were starting this, still isn't. A lot of companies didn't like that. A lot of recruiters didn't like that. A lot of the job seekers I talked to loved the idea. But a lot of companies I talked to was very skeptical of the idea. But at the end of the day, we believe that that was really necessary. I'm really simplifying the story of jobs. Well, this is not even 1% of it. But we ended up building this platform in order to be human, show yourself, show your potential, and change the status quo. Basically, we believe that this was needed, because we're not crazy people. If we believed that this was needed, we wanted to pursue it. So we started JobsMall out of that foundation. It wasn't easy. We took a lot of beatings. When you pursue your own idea, you have to be resilient. You have to have grit that really pushes you forward. So I wasn't able to find a job using traditional methods, but I'm very happy that the solution we ended up building over the years have helped tens of thousands of people land their next job. We are a community over 1 million job seekers now within the United States, only in the United States. So my apologies, my sincerest apologies to everyone around the globe right now not being able to access Jobs Mall, but we're going to be opening up there as well. We wanted to start and have a good foundation in the United States. So that's a very simple portion of who I am and why I am talking to you today. But what I want to tell you really, really sincerely is that I can't, as I said, and that's what I try to say, I should not be giving you any recipes. It's if I'm telling you this is the way to do it or this is not the way to do it, that's absolutely wrong. But as the youth's leaders of today and tomorrow, what I can really sincerely tell you is there is no clear path to success. And anyone who says you can't do or this is the way you should be doing, they are assuming that based on their own prior knowledge. One simple example, COVID-19 showed us how mismanaged or unpredictable the future is. But when you look at, for example, the traditional education methods, they're laying out education as if everything is certain. These are all the informations you have to know. And this is something I also mentioned in the workshop prior to this speech. If you are a 14-year-old right now in high school, and if you're planning to go to a 4-year university, technically the society tells you this is your next 8 years. They guarantee you this is your next 8 years and these are all the modules you have to learn. But the problem is no one knows where the world is going to be in 8 years. How the hell are you how are you supposed to be taught the next 8 years when the world itself doesn't know the next 8 years? The world doesn't know the next 1 year. If they did, trust me, everyone, it would have not been the case. Even the authority figures, leaders, presidents, they assume the future, they project the future, and they make their own future. So the only thing I can be saying to you is, make your own future, whatever you want it to be. You see a problem and you don't like the solutions, go for your own solution, the one that you really think is better than the other solutions. And don't expect everyone's going to love it. Everyone's there to ruin your solution. They're going to be skeptical. But if you really believe that that is the route, that is the best solution, and you have the data to prove it, and you have the know-how to actually pursue that, make your own future. That's what all of us across the globe. I can't know the problem in, for example, Cameroon, but you can know it better because you're there. And if you believe the solution is there, don't let other people pull you down. Be resilient. Remember that we're all human and we're all projecting our prior knowledge to future. So that's what I try to do in my own experience and life. And that's still what I'm doing. I'm not saying this is what I know and this is the best. We're all still a work in progress. But the only thing I want to say now that I have this platform, and as I said, I appreciate YMCA for giving all of us this platform, is wherever you are, don't believe that you have to follow a certain path. Everyone telling you follow that certain path also assumes follow your own path. Try to help others. Try to help one another and push the world for positivity for all of us. I think that's what we are, capable of. We're all powerful. If you're in this event, you are that person. So that's all I'm going to be saying, which is pursue your own heart. It sounds very generic. I'm not a motivational speaker, but but I shouldn't be telling you these are the trends. This is what the future of work looks like. The future of work looks like whatever we make it to happen. There isn't one path. There isn't any defined area. There isn't a known world trajectory. It's all assumptions. In 1 year, our world has changed with this pandemic. Who knows what's going to happen next year? Who knows what's going to happen in 2 years? But as long as you pursue your own future and make it and help others, it's going to be a better world to live in. So this is my story, and this is what I can recommend to you. So thank you very much, YMCA, and I hope this makes sense. I look forward to talking to anyone afterwards. You can reach to me by emailing me directly to nathan@jobsmall.com. And thank you very much. So that's going to be my speech.